Hello, the Pokemon fan 1993 here, back with more Pokemon Scarlet. So I actually figured out that the day-night cycle in this game actually isn't dependent on your clock. And in order for a full day to go around, you wait a total of like 74 minutes. So I kind of waited a little bit to make sure it was nighttime, and then I got to go battle Cassiopea because it's only available at night. So I'm not exactly sure like if I have to go inside the academy for this or what. Definitely isn't the courtyard though. So I guess I just gotta explore Megadoza for a little bit and figure it out. Hopefully I can do this before the day turns. But I think they said the night lasts for like 33 minutes. Heal ball times 1. Your question is, where do I encounter her? This person at? All right, I probably should have looked this up to begin with. I just gotta know like where I actually have to go for this. Just looking to see where this player walked for this. Where'd he go? That's weird. So I do have to go inside the school, it looks like. Oh, there's a directory in there. I have to go to the schoolyard. Okay. I guess it makes a lot more sense than what I was thinking. All right, let's try. Let's do that. Hopefully, I can do this before the night goes away. So I was on the right track. It's just I have to go in there and actually look at the schoolyard. Look for the schoolyard, I should say. I think it was this thing right here, right? Schoolyard. Okay. It is nighttime, so whoever this person is should show up. Alright, good. Something's happening. Phoenix. Thanks for coming. Heh, this must be quite the shock for you. The Cassiopea, they were both me all along. I suddenly quick work with Team Star like the idea of Overtake Starfall suddenly came to me. My skills let me go to as much up here as I want, so I decided to use the tempt you into helping me out. After Operation started, I kept an eye on you as a member of the supply unit, and I had you battle the bosses on my behalf. I'll go for of defeating me and putting an end to Team Starfall once and for all. But so there's a part of me that wants Team Star to live on. I just can't roll over and let you win without putting up a fight. The final showdown. Are you ready? Thanks. Sorry to keep you. Her apology mistimed had me, preparation took longer than expected. That voice, are you Clive? So it was you, is that you, Cassiopea? In the flesh of that task for you, Clive, if you'll accept it. Once you record what happens next to me so I can send the video team star. They need to see the outcome of the battle for themselves. Okay, will do. Then allow me to introduce myself properly. I'm Baby Boss Team Star. The name's Cassiopea. No, Penny. Now, battle for well of Team Star's founder. You're challenged by Penny of Team Star. Starts with Umbreon. What if she's going to have a full evolution team? Alright, let's see what level her Pokemon are. I won't hold back in this battle. I'll stay true to Team Star's code. Okay, so I think we're pretty much even level here. So let's start with Dragon Claw. Let's see where this gets. I know for a fact that Umbreon is very powerful in terms of defenses. And the fact that you use Baby Doll is not going to help that very much. Shift gear. Increase my attack back to normal. It's going to read my speed too. Dark Pulse. So this will be a trade-off of attacks. Alright, so it looks like I can take one more hit from that Dark Pulse before I swap out. Before I lose the rest of my HP, I should say. So I don't think Dragon Claws will be enough to knock it out, and it goes for a quick attack. Okay, so she's smarter than the average NPC. Psycho Star's down. But I think I have this, at least this part of the battle figured out already. So we're going to Griffey, and we're going to go for U-turn. That should be enough to knock it out, yes. And then it lets me return my Pokemon to my Pokeball, and then I can swap out for another one. So we're going to switch to Masquerada. Hopefully she didn't send out an Ice type. Leafeon. Okay, so yeah, it probably is all the evolutions. Well, at least 6 of them. Start with Knockoff. Oh, no, it's Exazor. Okay, wow, I might actually be screwed here. This is not what I was expecting to happen. Pokemon are much higher T than some of the other players I've come across. Then again, it could be the fact that I'm not one-shotting your Pokemon. Brave Bird. Fastened me somehow, so it goes for Leaf Blade, does a small amount of damage. Okay, Leafeon's down, but I take a bit of recoil damage from that. What's our next Pokemon going to be? Jolteon's next, so that was something that was going to be expected. So I switched to Palmot. Palmot can use Dig. With the Soft Sand increase, I should be able to one-shot that Jolteon. I'll just say I didn't choose a very good starting Pokemon, and then switching to Masquerade without thinking about it and not knowing Leafeon can use X's, or this might be... I might lose this battle just because of that fact. But we are about even on levels, so... Baby Doll Eyes. It looks like they're all going to know that one. But... Jolteon's defenses are quite weak, so I might still be able to one-shot it with Dig. Goes for Thunder, but it misses. It wouldn't actually hurt me anyway because I have Volt Absorb. Not quite enough. Let's try again. Baby Doll Eyes yet again. Good news in switching out Palma after this, most likely, so I don't think it's going to be much of an issue. Dig did that much damage this time. Doesn't matter if she lowers my attack to the base minimum, I should be able to deal with it. Goes for Thunder, and it's going to miss. Another one down. I think there's 3 of her Pokemon down so far. Flareon is next. Palmot needs to rest. I'm going to switch to Espartha, I think. Flareon. Lumina Crash. As long as he doesn't one-shot me right here, I should be fine. Flare Blitz, that's not a good sign, though. It did not one-shot me. And he takes a little recoil damage. Four down. Vaporeon is next. Definitely going to switch back to Palmont for this one. However, I am going to play it safe and start with Dig just to be sure. Because I can't really afford to be too careless here. I've already lost 2 Pokemon. So I guess her last Pokemon is going to be probably Eevee. So we're going to start with Dig. It should be faster. Hydro Pump. Misses. Baby Doll Eyes. That misses. Funny thing is, by using Baby Doll Eyes right off the bat, I actually get an advantage over this, because now I'm able to use another attack without worrying about Vaporeon hitting me whatsoever. Sweet. Alright. 1 Pokemon left. Should be fine now, but I still can't be too careless here. Pokemon used up all of his electricity. Sleeveon's the last one. If he doesn't get much time to shine, hopefully this is going to be what I need. If not, can I switch to Esparta afterwards and go for a Flash Cannon. I can't fault you on your battle skills at all. No one of the bosses fell at your hands. She can also terrorize this Pokemon. I'm not sure what she's going to terrorize it to, though. So let's go for Gung Shot and hope for the best. Then to terrorize. Shine like the bright, starry sky and become who you really want to be. What type is it going to change it to? No, it's going to terrorize Fairy. That's interesting. I guess Fairy would do increased damage because of the terrorization effect. So this comes down to how much damage I'm going to be able to do. He goes for Baby Doll Eyes, okay. That's going to lower my attack. Which means Gunk Shot, even if it connects, it's probably not going to one-shot it now. Yeah, I'm expecting that. So I'm going for Slash here. I don't think going for another Gunk Shot is really going to help me here. And hopefully this Slash has enough damage to knock it out. And it does. Critical hit as well. Alright, that was not as bad as I was expecting it to be. It worried me at the beginning because I lost my starter, but we're fine. You feed Penny of Team Star. It's all over now. 15,120 for winning. Finally over, guys. It's done. We're done here. I think we should call it quits. Hold up, you're saying we should break up the team? You gotta be joking. Got carried away with Operation Star. Now everything's gotten out of hand. And what happens when you round up a bunch of bullies in the courtyard and make a show of them learning some manners? But they didn't even fight in the end. We didn't do anything wrong. Indeed, we merely declared our attention to battle tooth and nail should the villains persist in our tyrannous oppression. This was a bloodless victory, we assure you. If we didn't send out our Pokemon, they just blabbered and apologized a whole lot. Our efforts must have spooked them the good. Bullies made a huge stink about what went down, and they all ended up leaving the academy. Our plan backfired epically. There's no way we're going to get off scot-free. Guess that's right, but that little stunt might have put us up the creek. I'll fix this mess on my end. Just leave it to me. What are you saying? I'm going to start Team Star. I drag you all into this. I'll take responsibility for everything. Oh, noble and kind big boss, you cannot. When the boys are gone, you guys should start going to school again. Oh yeah, and what about you? I can't go back. Why? There's no reason for you to stay shut in your room anymore, right? All I can say, guys, is thanks. You know, a normal person, you are so kind to me. There, BB, why are you talking like we'll never speak again? You need to go take care of some things. Protest, speak to us. What is thine intent? Heavy boss, answer us. Bye-bye, guys. Thanks for everything. Here's everything, thanks. You and you too, Clive. Glad I got to see this through to the end. It's time for T-Star and me, too. Hold that thought. Penny. I'd like to check something with you first. Check what? Or is there something like Operation Starfall if you're the big boss of Team Star? Was there any other way to handle this? I tried telling the boss that they've done once the day before, but they still didn't quit. when I simply order them to. Our code states no one in our team has the right to order people around. I could ask them to do stuff, but I could never order them. So back to code once again. These bosses must have taken it very seriously. They did. That's why I knew how to use force to use it to force Team Star to disband. Because the bosses would do anything the code required them, even leave the team. Yes, according to the code, they had to accept any challenge made to them. Thus, the idea for Operation Starfall. Cassiopea, let me ask you one last thing. What is Team Star? No, what do your friends in the team mean to you? They're my greatest treasure. Splendid. Thank you for appraising me at the time, Miss Penny. What? Now, young lady, there's something I should very much like to discuss with you. Quit acting old Deezer, Clive. You're creeping me out. Indeed. Well, then, before we talk any further, let me review my own secret identity. Dr. Clevo. This Cassiopea was yours, guys. The boy you knew as Clive was mine. But why? I needed a way to talk to Team Star on equal terms. Students do not tend to shy from speaking their mind to their teachers. Do tend to shy to speak their mind to teachers, after all. Much more so when was the director of the academy. But where do I even start? Wasn't the outfit a bit much? Plus, I have some big feelings about that wig. Well, that's quite enough of that for now. Ron, why don't you come on out? He had him hide, didn't he? Yo, big boss, long time no see. Momo. More like a long time no meet, right? I mean, we only just found out your real name just now. Melly. There is a long hidden counter stands a sight of sore eyes, my lady. Atticus. So your real name's Penny, right? How you been this whole time? Ordy. Found you at last. You have no idea how worried we've been. Airy. You can count to 3. 1, 2. Hasta la vista, Cassiopea, and hello, Penny. Now there's Penny, and each of the young bosses as well. On behalf of the Academy, I have something I'd like to say to Team Star. You have all my sincerest apologies. Come again? As director of the Academy, I let you down. My handling of the situation was this small failure. What? I still don't. I mean, why? You ultimately the reasons for forming Team Star and about your subsequent actions. Ever since my days as director, all I ever experienced of the Academy is an environment blessedly free of bullying. But now I know the peace was built on backs of your hurt and anger, and of course, your immense courage in putting things to right. And so I'll get straight to the conclusion. The Academy ordered for Team Star to disband and threat to expel those who do not obey. It's here our heart by revoked. Does that mean what I think it means? Indeed, Team Star continues this. Should it be your wish? Penny, this is great. Now we can all stay together. My heart is giddy with glee. But I betrayed all of you. When Operation Starfield, Dr. Quavo told us all about it. As far as we heard, you only went through it to help save us from getting expelled. You were just worried about us, right? It's not like we ever chunked the team just because someone told us to, after all. Ain't our style. Can you imagine how you must have feared us, Lady Penny? So make you worry, BB. We're all right. We're okay now. But even so... Hold on, everyone. I got more to say. Previously, this requirement for Team Star to disband has been revoked. However, there's still uncertain metals discussed. Allow me to provide a few examples. Permitted truancy, your brazen customization of school uniforms. Your authorized use of academy equipment. Your rogueless modification jeopardous drive of Pokemon-powered vehicles. Nico, on your flagrant disregard for school rules cannot simply be overlooked. Thus, punishment you will be required to engage in community service. Community service. Specifically, I'll be asking you to manage the STCs. and that stands for the Star Training Centers. The facilities for cultivating Pokemon trainers' talents. I planned for the Academy to found them in collaboration with the Pokemon League. The idea came to me when I saw Master Phoenix battling his way through your bases. Basic instruction, as well as the battle tactics deployed by students in Team Star, are remarkably unique and creative. I would ask to continue your team activities using but henceforth SCT staff members using the former bases as training facilities. That's some of it. Does anyone have any concerns? No. That actually sounds like fun. I don't see why this would be anything but a win-win. Maybe the weird thing to see, but FTCs are supposed to be punishment and all, but you should totally join in too, Penny. 'Tis true, we'd happy to have you on our side, my lady. We'll go to school together, too. That way, if anything happens, we'll be there to protect you. We're already talking about how great it is to have both Team Star and the school in our lives. Be a sweet deal for us, too. So what do you say? You guys. Feeks, what do you think? I think it sounds great. But I just... No need your response right at the moment, Miss Penny. Do take some time to decide. For now, at least, I think our little group should go their separate ways. I'm not saying you should break up Team Star after all. I simply meant it's time to leave. Master Phoenix, please step by my office later if you would. Alright, so let's go to the director's office and see what he has to say. I hear you are, Master Phoenix. I want to thank you for all your hard work in resolving the situation with Team Star. Not for you, I suspect I would have done the team a grievous injustice my choice of punishment for their actions. You have my sincerest gratitude. Who is it? It's Penny. Miss Penny, do come in. Hello, Director. About the SCTs, I'd like to work on them together with the rest of Team Star. It's wonderful news. Thank you very much for your favorable response. But I think I should push more heavily than the others, I think. Why so? Because of Operation Starfall. No, not that. Because of the other really bad thing I did. What would that be? You know how I gave LP both of you in exchange for helping me with Operation Starfall? I got a sword hold of it illegally by hacking the Pokemon League's LP management system. See, that is quite the revelation. I didn't think a thing was possible in the first place. It wasn't all about... I'm really sorry and I won't do it again. This matter is right out of my jurisdiction, I'm afraid. I'll have to consult Ms. Gita, the Pokemon League chairwoman, on how to best proceed. I figured as much. Do apologize, Master Phoenix, but I have to ask you to give us some privacy. Alright. So we're done with all that. Unfortunately, that took a lot longer than I thought it was going to for one battle and conclusion. So I have to actually end the video here because I don't think I have enough time to actually deal with Nimona in the same episode. But anyway, that's going to be it for this video. Thank everyone for watching. This is Pokemon Fan 1993 signing off. I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.